Say, all my guys are bowlers. They part the scatter when we pull up before we
Ladies and
scatter.
gentlemen, this is not Poppy, but I'm talking about Afropapi. You feel up the vibe?
Yeah.
The vibes are...
Yeah, the vibes are cool.
Yeah, that's
very,
right.
very good ones.
Okay, that song was titled City Vibe, yeah? Coming in from the man himself, Afropapi. Teaming up with?
Spoofy?
Spoofy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And the song was titled City Vibe. And the other previous one that we played?
It's called Kolo.
Kolo, man. I mean, at first, because that's what Poppy. If you love Poppy, the Pluto Mania Presido.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. But basically today, just like I told you earlier on, that today we're going to be having an exciting guest, you understand? So we're going to be speaking music as well. Basically, is one thing I've just gotten to know that he's a Ugandan, because by the music side you can tell, waliwo wayimbira mu Luganda, kitegere. But at the end of the day, he's a diaspora artist, you understand? So back, I don't know whether right now, you call it this summer? You're in the summer?
Well, now it's winter back there, but
Okay. You the
now
mic?
it's summer in Uganda.
Yeah.
Well, back there it's winter now, but here is summer, so
All right.
I can't complain.
All right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday, just like how we do, we love celebrating African music, and also we love to deal with artists that relate with African sound as well, So, basically today, we are so much excited to be hosting a brother in here. So, we're going to be speaking lots more things concerning up music, yeah? But for starters, my brother Afropapi, you can introduce yourself. People can get to know more about you. Then we speak about other businesses.
What's up, Uganda? What's up, my people? Afropapi right here in Mwendimu country. I'm here to represent Uganda out of Uganda. Hey, I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for starters, people could be asking Afropapi, which side of the world, like you normally stay, that you normally spend more of your time?
Yeah, that would be Europe, Holland.
Holland,
Yes.
Dutch,
Yeah, Dutch.
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, basically, people who love reggae music, we understand Netherlands more.
Oh, so
Yeah, man.
You do?
Yeah.
Hey!
Give me one word. Give me one word.
I know, we don't know the word, but we understand what Netherlands
Yeah,
mean to people who do reggae music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. That's dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, how are you finding Uganda?
Well, Uganda's been amazing. I love the weather, the food, the people, the borders are everywhere. I mean, you need to look out. It's amazing. It's part of the culture, and I love that so much about Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, have you tried to move around the nightlife as well?
Well, I've been a lot in clubs recently, connecting with
Photos
DJs. I mean, yeah, my brother been taking me everywhere, like seeing DJs,
Oh,
connecting.
you, yeah.
Bro, I've been everywhere, so
Yeah.
I can't complain. The nightlife is amazing. I love nightlife here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Have
crazy.
have you seen the difference between the nightlife here and the nightlife way in Netherlands as
Yeah,
well?
well, I have, because in Holland, you come in the room, it's dance floor. There's no seating. What I've seen in Uganda, you have tables. You have
table, you have
sections
to flex.
You have to flex. You have
Yeah.
to buy a bottle. And back in Holland, you just pay entry, and then you're good to go. You either buy a drink or you don't, but you must dance. That's the only reason why you go to a club. So here, you don't have to dance. Just sit down, relax, grab a bottle, and then you're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's first take it way back, Now let's start from the name Afropapi.
Yeah.
How did it come about?
Well, first of all, the name came from, you hear the name, it says Afro. So I'm African.
Yeah,
Though I live in Europe, but I've always be African, and I always want to represent my country, Uganda, in all best ways possible.
Yeah.
And the papi came from the ladies, back in school when I was studying, I used to have even more hair than this. Like I had a big afro on my hair.
Yeah.
So and the ladies at school loved it, and they called me Afropapi.
Yeah, Afro.
I was like,
Afro, yes.
okay, yeah, I have the afro, and I represent Africa, so Afropapi makes sense.
Yeah.
That's where the name come from.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically, you are born and raised here, or maybe you were born the other side?
No, I was born surprisingly in Uganda, in Chiti, that's close to Matuga.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Matuga.
I know Matuga. He just on Kawempe division.
Exactly,
Yeah.
so it's close. I'm full Ugandan,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically, now let's talk about your music journey. How did you end up in the music side as well?
Well, the story is quite a roller coaster and an amazing story because music namtandika during the lockdown. Yeah, so
you're a lockdown
Yeah.
artist, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a lockdown artist because I
Yeah.
was bored. There was nothing to do. Where everything was shut down.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I gotta do something with my life. What
Yeah.
can I do?
Yeah.
So I bought musical instruments. I bought the piano. I bought microphones. I bought the whole setup, and I started learning how to produce music for myself on watching YouTube videos. That's where the inspiration comes from. And then when the corona ended, I was ready and I felt comfortable to put my sound out there.
Okay.
And that's where everything started.
Yeah, okay. So that means everything started in Netherlands, right?
Yes, true.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically now I can see. So do you have like artists that specifically shaped you as you were starting what you're doing? Because when I check out your vibe, man, it is on the international standard, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. But I would say the people who inspired me a lot, actually, our local artists back here home. So radio, the late radio, rest in peace, RIP. He was a big inspiration for me as a kid because, you know, I grew up here. I left when I was about 12. So, yeah, inspiring I knew when I was young. And then we have a lot of dope artists in Uganda like Chameleone. You have the Misa Semakula, those old songs when you used to hear them when you were young, sweets. So the inspiration came from Uganda actually. Yeah.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, Abakatwega simple reminder, we have Afropapi, sorry.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm a big fan of Shadi Poppy.
That's my brother.
Yeah. All
My
right.
brother,
So he's still in the building. Actually, he has something brand new as well. He's in the country. He's a diaspora artist, but basically he's also here to try to push up the music slowly by slow. He's a Ugandan, so please, you need to check out his music. Actually, if you love vibes, basically we shall be. He's the guy. Yeah, basically right now. Now, since this is an African show, right now we'll be celebrating music made in Africa, the Black supremacy. How is African music doing in Netherlands? Is it as big as how it is here in Uganda?
Well, I would say Afrobeat and Amapiano has took out like the world. Like everywhere you go, you hear Amapiano songs, you hear Afrobeats. You know, the Afro music has been doing great abroad, I would say. So the impact is there. You can see it, you can feel it. But what I haven't seen is the Ugandan sound.
The Ugandan sound.
Yes, the original sound. Like, you know, Joshua, what Joshua Baraka is doing, that's amazing.
People in Netherlands,
Yeah.
do they understand Joshua?
Yes, of course. That's one of the artists who has
Crossed over?
Yeah, crossed over and made a bridge between Europe and in Uganda.
East Africa as well.
East African music. So it's doing an amazing job. But we have our local traditional good sounds from here which haven't crossed over, and that's sad to see because the Nigerians are doing amazing. Their sound is everywhere.
Even Congolese as
Even
well.
Congolese, you know, they shake the waist and then do
Yeah,
that.
the
thing.
lumba.
The lumba, and then you see the South Africans with the Amapiano.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, Uganda also needs to do that with our sound because our sound is rich and amazing.
In Uganda, I was talking to my DJ, he was like saying, if at all we could do something like, because Kadon come,
Yeah.
if we could, there is a style that came by, I think around towards COVID days, it was called Bax Raga.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you've heard
No,
about
I haven't
Bax
heard
Raga.
about that.
You have heard about Navio's music?
Navio's music, yes. of
Yeah,
course.
there's a song, it's titled Naulidanga.
I know Naulidanga. It's like
Yeah,
a
that's-
Maganda, but then uptown beats. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Yes.
In Jogedes, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could be the sound that maybe we could export as well.
I mean, we could export the sound because people abroad or in Europe, they love something unique. They don't want you to already do something which is already existing. So if you come with a new sound, like our sound, the one you're talking about, and then like just try to make them feel it and understand it in a way they get music, the way they understand music, that could be a big sound in Europe or everywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long you've been in the country, but I would love to ask you, how is the experience with our Ugandan music, basically?
Bro, the Ugandan music.
How have you found our music relatable, or maybe there's something that you have really realized about Ugandan music?
I mean, I realized a lot of things about Ugandan music because when I first left when I was a kid back here, the music was all about message and was more educative.
Yeah.
It
It was more of an entertainment.
Yes.
Yes.
But now what I'm not saying is all about fun.
Vibes.
Yeah, because
Vibes.
I see songs like Mukube Pave. I'm like, what is that supposed to be? Like, what do you mean? You know, it's all about the fun now. You just get a word which is catchy and then you make a song. So it's not that educative anymore, which is not bad, but you know.
Yeah, okay,
It's
I
like that.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Longevity is key as well, you know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so, all right, so by the time you landed here in Uganda, the law has just passed, the corporate law. I don't know whether you've heard about it.
Yes,
Yeah,
I heard about it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'd love to ask you, back in Netherlands,
Yeah.
do you guys have a copyright law, like the artists that side? Like, do they
Oh,
have
man.
a copyright?
Yes, they have.
Does
and,
it really work?
It does work. It's like it's amazing. You don't even have to do. You don't even notice the law working, because they made the system works around it. So everything you do, every music which gets played anywhere is already like it's monitored. So there's no way around it. You can't go around it.
So that means even here back home, we need to get a system that can easily monitor every single thing.
Exactly. But Uganda is a big country, and I want to see how we're going to be able to do that. What's the plan? Do you know the plan already? How are they going to do that?
According to the president, I don't know whether you're familiar with the president of Uganda. You are familiar with the president?
Of course.
That is Eddie Kenzo.
Yes.
Yeah, the president of
Kenzo,
yes. So according to the president of the musicians here in Uganda, they have got what we call the monitors. They've got some tracking monitors.
Yes.
They're going to be installing them in bars. They're going to be installing them in media houses as well across the whole country.
All over the country.
Yeah.
That's going to be
but
a big
I don't know
project.
whether, because in Uganda we have a problem of internet as well.
Exactly,
Yeah, and I don't know whether it will be efficient.
And also electricity when it goes off, how are we going to be able to tell them, you know? So I think it's a good start.
It's a good start as well. Sometimes you need to start,
yes, of course,
so that you can try to do the checks as well.
Of course, it's a good start, but we need even to think beyond that. What else can we do to make sure they start keeps on evolving and then becoming eventually something amazing where like every sound is monitored. So we need to find more ways. This is a good start, but we need more.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So my other question is basically because since we have you here right now, so we'd love to get to know so that maybe all even maybe the Gwanga liafe, twagala kulaba what now are JVD.
Tell me.
Now in Uganda we have music governing bodies. The music governing bodies have like the UMA, like where an association, like where artists gather together for a cause, like unity, then to push their agendas as musicians.
Yeah.
I'd love to ask you, even in Netherlands, do those artists have such kind of music governing bodies?
Yes, we do, and I'm also one of that organization or a group. It's called the Creative Trips. What they basically do is like artists from one country travel to different countries. Bakola music, and you meet new artists in every country you go. So like from Holland, we travel to the UK. We host an event. We get the local artists from that country. We make collaborations with producers, and like it's all about working together and seeing connecting and seeing what can we do, what else are we doing wrong in Holland, what are you doing better, so like you learn from each other. So it does exist all over Europe, all these groups, the associations of artists coming together.
It's quite interesting that
it does.
Your bodies actually, your associations actually, they have a purpose and the cause.
Of course.
You understand?
Yeah.
But for us here, it is more about money. It's more about how to share money.
I think, yes, look, I have a point of view on that point, because look, this might be my personal opinion. You don't have to be, you don't have to agree with it, but this is how I see it. Look, I always say, like I told my brother already, you can't have 2 kings in one kingdom. Now imagine having 5 kings in one kingdom. You're always going to have crossfire. You're going to have beef. You're going to have disorganization. So if I look at the association of the musical association in Uganda here, they have an artist as the president of the organization. That's one king. It's now on top of other kings. These other artists also are seen as kings. They consider themselves kings. So now you have more than 5 kings or 10 kings in one kingdom. What's going to happen? Everyone going to want to be the king. You're going to always have that
tension.
Tension. So I think the best approach would be mufune omuntu, somebody who is not even into the music industry, but to run the organization.
But someone who's familiar with the system.
Someone who is familiar with the system. It doesn't have to be an artist, but it can be someone in the media industry. Someone big who understands how music works and everything. Artists should just check in and check out. As simple as that.
Definitely.
The system will work and will be there forever.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, that is it, That is it. That is the situation,
Yeah.
So, so far, Afro is like telling us, you know what? As a country, we need to create a sound so that we can also try to export it,
Yes.
Now, back to your music.
Yeah.
So, basically, what kind of music do you do specifically?
I would say I do Afrobeats mixed with Amapiano, but specifically if you hear my music.
Afro house as well.
Because I combine different sounds and try to also bring the Ugandan music vibe in it so that you really feel like, okay, this guy is really from Uganda. So when you hear my song, you can immediately tell that, okay, Afropapi is from Uganda. Because I always give hints. I always use Luganda slogans.
Yeah.
You know, so you can tell. So my idea was always to like build a bridge between Uganda and Europe.
Europe.
I'm
Yeah.
exporting our culture to the diaspora, and that's by putting those Lugandan words and mixing the Mazina Maganda. If you watch my music videos, you see I come back here. I shoot most of my videos.
Yeah,
back
I
here.
was going to ask you that actually.
Yeah, because I want people to see where I'm from, what we do, how we dance, how we move, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how's the reception of the music?
Well, I would say in the Europe,
Yeah.
it's amazing because
It's
I
amazing.
get the numbers because there it's all about the numbers. Everything is monitored well. Like you can see if an artist is doing good by their numbers and by their engagement on social media and streaming platforms.
Yes.
Here back in Uganda, I don't know. The viewers will have to tell me if they recognize me.
Yeah,
yet,
yeah,
or they are yet to find out after this interview.
Yeah, definitely. That is the reason why you touched down.
Yes.
Basca also try to push the borders
Yeah.
of your music.
Yeah.
You understand, which is
Yes.
a very good thing and a good strategy as well. Yeah. So basically, are you a gospel artist as well?
Well, I love gospel music, but I don't make gospel music myself.
Yes.
Yeah, but I love it. I know it.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk. Since you are here in the country, you haven't collaborated with some. Have you collaborated with some Ugandan artists?
Not yet, but I have a few on the list. We're already working on some projects, and those will be out soon, and they'll be dope projects.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
if I'm to ask you a question right now,
Yeah.
if the answer is Afropapi,
Yeah.
what would be the question as well?
Question will be, what's next? What's next?
Afropapi.
Yeah.
What's next? Afropapi.
Well, what's next? A lot of things. We have a lot of things planned. We are like trying to really promote the Ugandan music. What Joshua already is doing, Joshua Baraka, what he's doing, he's already encouraging the older generation, or the new generation, like, hey, if I made it, if I can export the Ugandan music, I can also do it. I wanna also emphasize on that more, put more energy on that. You know, if you have one person doing that, it's not enough. We need like 10 from Uganda doing that. Then our music will go even faster.
Okay.
So that's one of the things I'm planning. But I also have EPs coming. I have music videos planned. A lot is coming.
Okay.
Yes.
So what have you learned about life? Now let's get off music. Now
Yes.
let's talk about reality about life.
Yeah.
So far, what have you learned about life?
Well, about life, I can tell you, my brother, you need to appreciate every single day you live, because you don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow. Yeah. Every single day you breathe, just tell God, thank you for today, and keep on living. Live life, man. Like, just live life.
We just have to live
You
life.
just have to live life.
So what keeps you motivated as Afropapi? I'm pretty sure you also have your lows as well.
Yeah, I think everybody in this world has lows. We have lows, ups, downs. I mean,
And you know the problem here
Yeah.
in Uganda,
Yeah.
we feel like
Yeah.
whoever stays abroad,
Yeah.
everything is okay.
and that's a lie, actually. And I'm here to tell you
Yeah.
that's a big lie, because look, we people, most people who live abroad, you even have more stress, actually, because you're living in between two worlds. If you live here, you don't have to worry about what's going on in Europe. Me, I have a home back in Europe, so I'm now in between Uganda and Europe. So you're always in between the worlds, you know. You can feel you belong here, but then you also have to belong there. So you're always in between these two worlds, which
Okay.
you don't have. So I would say we have more stress than anyone on the ground here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Afropapi is still in the building. Now, lastly, just tell me, just play a game, yeah?
Yeah.
Just tell me 3 cool slangs that are
Yeah.
cool to you, like any slang. Yeah, just teach us some slangs that you feel like they are
You
cool
mean
to you.
you want Dutch slangs?
Yeah. No, like, no, not dirty.
Lugandan slangs?
Yeah, that's
man.
that
Yeah.
sound cool to you.
Oh man, that's a hard one, because the last time I remember, I said a slang and somebody told me, man, we don't use that anymore. Yeah, like, I mean, that was back in the days, because kids here nowadays, they have new slangs. Now with the kuba kuba kuba, and I'm like, what is that? But they mean dance, do.
Yes.
So like there are new words. Which
Have you heard about gumiti?
No, for example, I don't know what is that.
Gumiti is like being solid, you know.
I mean, I don't know that.
Yeah, like truly gumiti, like
Really?
we are strong, you know.
But where does it come from? Where the slang comes from?
It comes from the ghetto.
Yeah.
It's a ghetto slang, actually. There's a way how they use it
Yeah.
to, you know, portray solidarity.
Gumi.
And what does gume mean?
Gume, someone nga takola kye bamugamba.
How someone stubborn.
Aha.
So
Yeah.
then how does it mean I'm good? If you're stubborn.
Okay, it's like being unapologetic.
Ah, okay, Gumi.
Tuli gumite.
So I can say Afropapi is Gumiti.
Yeah.
Afropapi
Yeah.
is Gumiti.
Yeah. So when you go back, I think you need to learn. You need to tell those guys about.
I'll
that
tell
word.
them about Gumiti and make sure they understand what it means.
And which other slangs? Which other slang is there? We should teach him some slang.
Yes, teach me something.
There's gumiti. What do you?
Which other? I can't think of some.
Now you can't. You don't have too much, huh?
We have actually. There's gumiti. There is omenya waya.
What does that mean? Of course, look, omenya wire. Of course, I can understand what it means. Like break the wire, right?
No,
It's
wire.
Yeah.
It's a slang that means silver. Have you like silver?
no, I don't know.
You know silver, like it's like you see
like
this.
gold and silver, right?
Like, you see this?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a chain. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kakati silver here in Uganda,
Yeah.
like in the ghetto, they call it wire.
Okay. Wire. Yes.
Yeah, could be a wire.
Yeah. Yeah. So menya wire means still the silver or what?
No, like don't, because silver is expensive.
Okay. Yeah.
You get
yeah,
it? So
yeah.
you can't break something that expensive like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the reason why these guys say tomenya wire.
Because
Gotta
it's
kumenya
expensive.
wire. Because based on how expensive it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get it? So it looks so precious to these guys. So they try to protect it.
Yeah.
It's the reason someone with a lot of silver here, if you find a youth
Yeah.
in the ghetto putting on some silver, is well respected there.
Really?
Because, yeah. Original
Expensive.
silver.
Yeah. Original silver.
Yeah.
How are you gonna tell if somebody's just walking by? Huh?
Obera gumite.
Yeah, where go meet?
Yeah, because
You can't just move around in ghetto with some
with silver.
wires.
Ah, really? Okay. Where go meet? Oh man, you guys.
okay, now let's talk about the music, okay? 2026 actually. And
Yeah.
but before we talk about the music, what brings you in Uganda?
Well, a lot of reasons. First of all, Uganda is home, so I'm here to enjoy as well, because it's my home as well. I was born here, so I always like to be down here and enjoy the weather, the food, the people, the clubs, mostly nightclubs, but also the music. I'm here to let people know about who Afropapi is, what my plans are for the industry, and also connect with different artists here on the ground, like get some connections, collabos, also like be on TVs like here, so that you guys can know who Afropapi is,
Yeah, definitely.
and show the world. So that's why I'm here. Yes.
All right, so
There's something I wanted to inquire from you.
Tell me.
Earlier, you said that you started, like you were producing during COVID.
Yes.
Now, are you a real producer? You produce your own music, or someone else does that for you?
That's a very good question, but I have a perspective on that point. I think as an artist, you should be full hands on your projects. So I think artists should be able to produce their own music. Me, I start the whole project, because I don't use beats. I don't buy beats, or I don't just walk in the studio and say, hey, what beats do you have for me? To jump on it. So I just call a producer. I make my demo of how it sounds in my head, because it has to connect with how my head is. And then the Mugamba, so let's build it from zero, scratch, and then until it sounds how I like it. So I can say I produce, but I don't do the final touches. I let the professionals do that.
okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about 2026 so far. How many records?
Oh man, I have a lot. I even lost count. I would
In
say
2026 alone.
yeah, 2026. I would say I have like 6, 7, something like that. Yeah, I have a lot.
You
Yeah.
produce how many videos?
4, 5.
It's
Yeah.
like every month you'll be
I
dropping.
try like every song I put out, I make sure there's visuals for it.
Okay. D&D, what were you trying to say in D&D?
D&D is like more we trying to have fun. Don't disturb me. Leave me alone. Let me have fun. I'm with my guys. We are out here in the ghetto. Don't disturb.
Okay. Even
Yes.
Netherlands, you have ghetto.
Oh man, like the ghettos of Holland cities here. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. So if somebody from Holland tells you I'm from the ghetto, they're
Yeah.
lying. There's no ghetto there.
Yeah,
You
okay.
have bad streets like where the homeless are, but they're not ghettos. Like, they're clean streets.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and City Vibe. Tell us about City Vibe as well.
City Vibes, I made it with my guy Spoofy, all the way from Nigeria. He reached out to me, was like, yo, man, I like your style, the way you do your Luganda. I want the project so that we represent our countries, West Africa and East Africa, let's do something. So he sent me this vibe, and he told me he wanted specifically some Luganda words in it. So I was like, I got you, my guy. And that's how we made City Vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now let's talk about Cena.
Cena.
Yeah.
Well, Cena was more me going to the old days as a child when the people from the village used to come and dance together and drink. And you always had one guy who gets all the ladies, the Cena. So that was the point in that song, like, I'm a Cena, like you're showcasing, hey, this guy is a Cena, running around with the ladies. And that was the idea behind the song.
That was the idea behind the song.
Yeah.
That means it came from a childhood background.
Yes, a childhood memory.
Yes. All right, that is cool, yeah?
Yeah.
So you write your own music.
I write my own music.
And basically the video was shot here?
The video was shot in Uganda, actually, here, in a small village somewhere close to Entebbe.
Now, isn't it expensive every time you drop a song and you have to first come back?
I mean...
Or but it's just a timing. Whenever you come here, you shoot some videos.
I would say it's both, because for me, I value more the message I try to put out there. So me shooting a video like Cena of a childhood memory in Europe wouldn't make sense, right? So I rather come back home and give them the full picture of what's the idea behind the song. Because it's not only the words or the vocals, but it's also the visuals, you know? So people need to see and hear and feel the beat as well.
Okay.
That's why I prefer coming back and shooting here.
And you use local producers?
Local videographers,
Yes.
local directors, everything I make sure is done here.
Okay.
Yes.
So that you can put up a good picture.
A good picture. So it's 100% made in Uganda.
Okay.
Yes.
I love the authenticity of the music so far over right there. So, my DJ, you have any question before we premiere? Not really. So, basically, on this song, Cena,
Yeah.
what's your favorite line?
Well, Cena is the first line. There's a line where I'm saying, Wangala wenfuke Suleimani. You know what Suleiman is? It's a Muslim name for a guy. This was the memory for me. We had a guy on the village called Suleiman. So
True story.
yeah, and this guy always had like 7 wives.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't double check. But Suleiman had a lot of women. So if somebody told you, Gwe Olinga Suleiman, that means you have a lot of girls. You're always with a different girl. That's why I said, one girl I went for Suleimani. So I like that line.
All right.
Yeah.
So what message would you love people who are going to watch this song to
Yeah.
pick up from the song Cena?
I would love them to see the memory I was trying to project in this song, and to see the energy and the time we put in this song so that they can appreciate the art and then try to see and support the art, the craft we're trying to showcase in Europe, because these videos are played all over Europe as well, because I try to showcase, you see in this video we have Mazina Maganda, for example. You see the village, you see the girls dancing our traditional dance from Uganda, and I want them to see that and appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, officially we are going to premiere the song Cena. Basically, I'm pretty sure before you step back as well, you need to come back, then we premiere another one.
Let's get it. We're gonna do.
Okay, maybe akatale kika kankolesa Luganda.
Yes.
Akatale kika. Abantu basibule mu Luganda.
Akatale keka, I wanna shout out to everybody. Luganda.
Hey.
Banda mwena abali eyo everywhere in any place.
Luganda.
Man, Luganda.
Abantu bategeze bawulize ne music wo mu Luganda.
Muwulirize music, we support Uganda, tujagala nnyo tugenda mu maaso kati supporting ba local artists and tubagala nnyo.